Welcome, everybody, to the Spear Podcast. I'm Jose Trujillo.
This is Austin Turner.
And we're back to break down San Jose State football. Getting towards the end of the season, only 3 games left, Austin. Last week, a road trip up to Laramie, Wyoming. Tough loss for the Spartans. They didn't play bad, man. They were, from what I've seen, they got tore up on the ground, but the linebackers had a tough game, and by me saying that, they were 2-3 tackles away from it being 17-9, 14-9 type of game. But they didn't get those tackles. The offense really couldn't get going. What did you see in Wyoming last week?
I think the weather played a big role. Coach Brennan said it didn't in his press conference this week. I think it did. They couldn't get the passing game going. It's hard to throw when it's snowing and windy like that, and the Spartans obviously have no run game. I've been talking about that all year. So I think it was just a tough matchup against a team that's great against the run, and along with the elements, they just, it's just a tough place to play.
Yeah, you got flurries of snow. It was a tough environment. It was a tough road matchup, and Spartans fell 24-9, but they were back at it this week. It doesn't stop, Austin. Again on the road, another tough environment. You're going up to you're playing these Mountain West. You're playing the mountain schools part of the division, and the elevation, the cold, especially during this time of the year, it can really get to you. So it's not going to get any easier. Utah State, one of the best teams in the nation, currently not ranked in the college football playoff top 25, but AP and Coaches Bowl, they're around 14 or 16. What do you like about Utah State overall? What do they bring?
Well, they're just a well-rounded team. I'd say they're the best team in the conference from what I've seen so far. They're just, their offense is second in the nation in scoring. They score 50 points a game. That's tough to beat. Their defense hangs in there too.
They're well coached.
Well coached, exactly. Logan's a hard place to play, especially this time of year. The Spartans are getting pretty unlucky with that scheduling. But yeah, Utah, I love what I see watching them. They're a fun team to watch. They're disciplined, just well-rounded.
Yeah, they've Coach Boje Filimatu. He played linebacker out at Utah State when in his playing days, and that same coaching staff is still there. So and Boje hasn't played since 2011, 10, around that season. So they've had some consistency with that, and that's why they're a good team. They've built a program. It's gonna be a battle of the loves. Josh Love, quarterback for the Spartans, versus Jordan Love, quarterback for Utah State. Talk about that battle. Talk about the differences. What do you see in both of them? What do they both need to do?
Oh, man, it's a love connection. And to be clear, they're not related. But, yeah, Jordan Love, the Utah State quarterback, has been efficient and consistent all season. He has 19 touchdowns to 4 picks. He completes 65% of his passes. He just does not make mistakes. He can run a little bit, too. The Spartans have to be disciplined, especially that secondary, to not get torn up against this guy. And then we have a Love, too. We have Josh Love, and he struggled a little bit early in the season, but he's really coming to his own lately. He's getting those interceptions down. He threw a bunch in his first few games, and now he only has 7 going into this one with 13 touchdowns. I'd like to see him be a little more accurate. His decision-making is getting better, but it's not where it should be quite yet, especially like in crunch time. But he has a big arm, and he's going to need to use it in this game if the Spartans are going to have any chance.
Yeah, I think if the Spartans want to have a chance of pulling the upset, huge upset by that, Josh Love is going to have a career performance. He's going to have to ball out. That's for sure.
Lots of yards.
Let's start talking about the Utah State offense in general, not just their quarterback. What is the SJSU defense going to have to look out for? What does this Utah State team bring?
Well, not only do they have Jordan Love, to watch out for, Darwin Thompson on the ground. He's a monster. He's averaging 7.5 yards per carry on 93 carries on the season. He has 13 touchdowns. He could break loose at any second. They also have Gerald Bright, who averages over 6 yards a carry. He's another guy, just a speed demon. He can break loose for a long touchdown at any second. They just have so many running threats. There's so many guys on the sheet that are averaging over 5 yards a carry. So that linebacker core has to improve over last week. They have to have another game like they had against San Diego State, basically, along with that defensive line. I would expect a lot of blitzing this week because you just have to get after that offense. You have to disrupt their rhythm and force turnovers, which Utah State does not commit. So it's going to be a tough one for that defense. We'll see if they can pull it off.
Yeah, when I think of Utah State, I picture them a really balanced attack. It's kind of, you don't really know, are they going to hit me with the run? Are they going to hit me with the pass? They're just so really well balanced. They run the ball good. They pass the ball good. They don't turn it over. So they're gonna come out. They're gonna be disciplined. They're gonna be stout. The Spartans defense better get ready because it's gonna be a challenge. Flipping it on the other side, what is the offense gonna have to do against this Utah State defense? Utah State's defense, very athletic, explosive, create some turnovers. What are they gonna have to do?
Like I said, they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot, which Utah State's good at defending. They have 14 interceptions on the season, and they've allowed 12 touchdowns. They've picked the ball off more than the opposing quarterback's thrown touchdowns. That's ridiculous. So, Josh Love, like I said, he has to have pinpoint accuracy. He has to make the correct decisions. He can't make mistakes, which he has been somewhat prone to do. They have to spread the ball some more than they have, especially, again, the absence of Bailey Gaither is going to hurt them in this game because Utah State's going to lock down on guys like Trey Hartley and Josh Oliver. Maybe get Tyler Nevins more involved in this one again, like he has been the last few weeks. He's had a great last couple weeks since the San Diego State game. Malik Roberson can get in there too. They're just going to have to spread the ball and surprise Utah State because with the talent difference, I don't know if they'll be able to pull it off, so they're just going to have to throw something that they're not expecting.
Austin, if I had to ask you, your coach Brandon, how are you attacking this Utah State defense?
Coach Brennan has been very creative with his play calling the last few games, and I commend him on that because play calling was an issue at the beginning of the season. I think he's going to have to get creative again, get some trick plays in there, get some long balls, which he has been doing lately. You just got to stay aggressive. You have to attack. They can't play conservatively against a team like this.
I agree with you. I think they're going to have to be aggressive. You don't pull off an upset playing conservative.
Right.
You're not. So they're going to have to attack them, and they're not going to. You can't be scared of Josh Love cannot be scared of zipping the ball in and trying to fit it into some tight windows because he's going to have to do that. Last year, when Utah State played here, they were not nearly as a good team as they are this year. Mm-hmm. They were up 45-0 at halftime at SJSU Stadium. So, they're much improved this year, and they're playing at home. So the Spartans have got to tighten up. They better get their heads in the game, and they better come out ready to play from the opening whistle. Mm-hmm. Let's head into predictions, Austin. Go ahead and give me your prediction for this weekend.
Jeez, Utah State's averaging 50 points a game. I don't know if they'll get there with the way the Spartan defense has been playing, though. I'm gonna say 35 to 6. I'll give it to the Aggies. 35-6
Aggies. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say 31 Utah State, Spartans 14. I've been having a lot more confidence in the Spartans the last few weeks. I think they'll get a couple touchdowns. I think they'll be late. Nothing to change the game. Nothing to make it close. But I think that's what it'll be. 31-14. Utah State. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a tough game. Tough environment. Great team.
Oh yeah. To make it clear, that's not an indictment on the Spartans at all. They've been improving every week. Just Utah State's just that good. I think it's a shame that they're not ranked by the committee this week. The college football playoff, they might be the best group of 5 team in the nation.
Yeah.
I think there's a undefeated UCF away from a New Year's Six bowl. So, yeah, Utah State's just good, man.
No, yeah, Utah State's resume is definitely much better than UCF. Their only loss at Michigan State, another ranked top 20 team. So it's going to be a tough one, but we'll see what the Spartans can do. Let's see if they can pull off the upset. It's going to be tough, but we're going to wait till Saturday, and we'll see you next week.